Hello, everyone's joining in. We have at least 3 watchers at the moment. It's regulation race. I can't say the words. It's relegation day. That's the words I'm looking for. Jeez, I have so much trouble saying relegation. I keep saying regulation. It's relegation day. Relegation race 2. We have some great competitors today. I'm just kind of getting warmed up myself, so don't bother, or don't mind if I ramble a little bit. Yeah, I cannot say relegation. It's such a problem for me. One of those tongue twister words. We have a great race in store today. We are going to see who goes to Group 3 and who goes to Group 4. Well, we got some downtime. We're technically on board, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody. Starting at number 1, we got Zanchin, also known as Berman. He missed 2 races. He had a pretty rough result in the Ferrari this season. I don't think he kind of finished where he expected. Texas is our number 2 racer. He missed a bunch of races this season. Teammate of Berman's, but that's what put him in this race today. Hyphy Honda is our 2nd place finisher in Group 4. Could be the favorite. We'll have to see. Should be a really good race for him. We should... sorry, getting tongue twisted again. Our next racer is Huge Jar, our 3rd place finisher in Group 4. And our last racer of the day, last but not least, Komakopa. Newest driver, joined quite late in the season, just didn't get enough points to have any opportunity to really climb out of a relegation. So we'll see what he's capable of today. Should be exciting. We got Dragon Trail Gardens Reverse. Rain is possible today. It is a 10-minute qualifier followed by a 30-minute race. There's Komakopa. Well, I'm kind of by myself. I'm not really in a lobby, so I don't know if you can join me. If we were going to do that, we should have planned that a little earlier, unfortunately. I don't want to mess with that too much right now. Yeah, anybody who wants to stay and check it out is welcome to stay and race the whole time. We will have live racing stewards. Apparently, I'm going to have a direct feed to me so that I know what is going on in that regard, because I am not in the chat with them. So I will see it live with everybody else, and then I will get the details as the race goes by. Kind of testing out the new controls here. Keyboard controls. I figured out how to do the replay feature. Our car pool today is the Alfa Romeo 4C. It looks like it might be going to be driven by Texas Speedsters today. The Lamborghini, who could be driven by Hyphy Honda. He's currently sitting in it. And everyone else seems to be in the Ferrari, excuse me. So definitely some bias for the Ferrari today on this track. My personal favorite, during the small amount of testing that I performed, I like the Lambo. I think the Lambo is the best on this track. Hopefully we get started soon. It's 10:51. I'm just kind of holding tight, waiting for the green light. I'm going to go off comms just for a minute and see if there's any news or updates. Alright, it looks like they're about to start. They're going over the rules with the racers, making sure everybody is clear on what's going on. Appreciate Cam. Cam is my spy in the admin group. Just kind of getting me some information for what's going on behind the scenes today. Looks like, yeah, some comm issues, going over some things. Yeah, I agree, Timid. The Lambo's very stable. I had some issues with the Ferrari. Unfortunately, my chat does not show your entire comment if it's too large on my screen, so I did miss the second half of that. Something about the Ferrari. But yeah, I do like the Lambo. It's very stable. The 4C is also very stable, but it struggles a little bit on the top end. Oh, looks like qualifiers are about to begin. Camzilla will be our safety car for today in case it's necessary. Gotcha. All right, the qualifiers are going to coming out of the pits. We will follow them as best we can. Looks like Texas got out in front, followed by Comacopa. Huge Jar's third out of the paddock. Hyphy's looking like he's waiting for some clear track to form before he decides to take, and Berman's directly behind him. Let these guys get their outlap settled, and then we will have some real stuff going on. These corners unfortunately don't have any names for me to learn, so I'm just trying to memorize the numbers. I believe that's 7, this is 8. This coming up is 9 with Texas. Into the turn 10 hairpin here. This begins sector 2 of the track. Looks like the racers are spacing themselves out a little bit. Trying to find some clean track to get going on that qualifier on lap 2. The sausage corners. Yes, there's a sausage. And there's a sausage. And there's a sausage. And there's no sausage on that one. Alright, let's follow Texas on his outlap. He is the guy out in front. He has all the clear track, nothing to worry about. Let's see what kind of time he can set here in the qualifying. Follow along in cockpit view. Navigating those corners with precision. That is definitely the hardest part of the track. That's turns 3, 4, 5, and 6. That long sweeping left. Much easier going the other direction. Very tight going the reverse direction. You actually have to slow down quite a bit at the end of the corner, which is very awkward. Tight hairpin there at turn 10 into sector 2. Down the long straight. Alright. Let's see what kind of time Texas can set here first, coming across the line. See what kind of pace we got going. Oh, a fantastic 1:32.6. What a great opening time. That might not be able to be beat. That might be the best time of the qualifier right there. That is a really good time. That is faster than any time I was able to set, that's for sure. Oh, Berman beat it. Just barely, 3.7 tenths. Sorry, 0.37 tenths. Fantastic times from these two racers. Really goes to show how bad that Ferrari was earlier in the season. That these two racers that had a tough time with that car are doing so well now. The physics update really altered the handling characteristics of the Ferrari, of the Lamborghini. of everything, really. Looks like Honda's struggling just a little bit on the opening qualifier. This being such a short track, they're going to get in quite a few qualifying laps over a 10-minute period. That's already 3 actual qualifying laps. We're only 5 minutes, so we got time for probably another, I don't know, like 3-4 laps. Looks like Berman jumped in and got a new set of tires. I would imagine everybody's qualifying on softs. Let's just take a quick look. Soft, 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 soft. Yep, as expected. You know, I think he's got a right to. He's one of the faster racers in Group 3 in general, and he had a pretty rough season. So I think this is his chance to show that he really does still belong in Group 3. He is not interested in going to 4, that's for sure. It would be kind of interesting if everything just stayed the same, if Berman and Texas ended up being 1-2, going to Group 3, and it was Jar, Coma, and Hyphy who ended up in Group 4. Actually, Coma is actually in Group 3 right now, so he would actually be demoted to Group 4 in that regard, but otherwise, everything would pretty much stay the same. Okay. As they come in for fresh tires, they want to make sure they had a best chance as possible to set the best time. These soft tires now wear super fast under the new physics and wear conditions. Yeah, I agree. Berman has had 2 bad cars 2 seasons in a row. He really needs to have a good car for a season to show what he's truly capable of accomplishing. As he spins out directly in front of us, what timing for Berman right there. That couldn't have been planned any better. Let's see if we can see what happened there real quick. Coming out of the corner. Oh, it looks like he just caught some grass, and that's all she wrote. Yep. That'll do it every time. Grass is not your friend. These are not lawnmowers. Stay off the grass. We got about 2 minutes left in the qualifying. I thought I turned the details off. I don't know how that came back on. I must have accidentally... Oh. That's strange. Huh. I don't know how that happened. Somehow the details came on even though they shouldn't have been. Probably hit a button on the keyboard accidentally. Ah, is that what it was? Details come up every time you use the replay. Got it. All right. Well, we might just have to leave the details up then. It's not like they can watch the race, so... I'll try to stay on top of it if I absolutely have to. Got 15 people watching today. Hello, everybody. We're finishing up qualifying for our relegation race. I'm quite excited to see how this pans out. Hyphy is still struggling to set a good lap time in that Lamborghini. There will be tire wear and fuel consumption today in this 30-minute race, so these racers will have to pit. Rain is also a possibility. Weather is set to random. We do not know what's going to happen. I'm really enjoying Texas using my the 4C with the livery that I ran this season. That was quite a surprise for me. I'm quite happy to see it. I love this color. I love this car. The 4C was a great drive for me this season, but I really love that orange Oscar Mayer livery that Matt Glovis made for me. So I really appreciate Texas rocking that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we do know the first 10 minutes of the weather. Sunny. Not too many clouds. I don't see much at all. Yeah, pretty clear skies. No overcast or anything. Ah, yes. Texas reset the fastest lap by 4 thousandths of a second? Hundredths? Hundredths. No. Tenths? Hundred. Yeah, 4 hundredths of a second. Impressive. I bet Berman wish he had stayed out. So it looks like qualifying has pretty much finished up. Just a few racers left across the line, perhaps. Camzilla specifically. Yeah, it looks like Texas is the last to cross. As soon as he's done, we will be done with qualifying. And the race proper will commence. What time did the safety car set? 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Very good time for the safety car. Well, that last one was rough for Texas, if it's correct. Sometimes the time splits are incorrect when spectating. Weirdness. We should begin here in just a few moments as soon as that countdown finishes. Any day now. No, that shouldn't count that. It should count him as done. I think it's just running like the last 3 minutes or whatever. Well, our race proper will begin here shortly. We're just waiting for the qualifying countdown to finish up for whatever needs to happen here. It's possible it's a Berman pit situation. Let's see if... Yes, no? There we go. Stream sniping, yeah. So our starting order is going to be Texas Speedsters, Berman, Huge Jar, Komakopa, and Hyphy Honda. This should be an exciting race. All the qualifying times are within 1 second of each other. This should be a very close race. Leave that up just so you guys can take a look. Looks like Hyphy did have the most trouble, being about 1.2 seconds behind the leader. So he may have struggled today. Relegate everyone, Victor says. I agree. Everyone should be relegated. Relegate them in the face. Race proper should begin here shortly. There we go. Indeed, I agree. Koro Sky, good luck to everyone. Have a great race, fellas. Let's keep it clean. And may the chips fall where they may. Engines are revving, the countdown's going, and they're off. They come into the double left, turns 1 and 2. Texas gets the inside line, very nice line there. Berman directly behind. Nice couple first corners. Follow the chase. We will follow Texas with Berman here for a little while. I will jump back car by car as we go here a little bit, just kind of get a look at everybody. Personally, I hope it rains today. I would love to see these guys have to scramble for wet tires. It definitely shakes everything up. Coming into turn 10, probably the toughest hairpin on the track. Well, it looks like Hyphy's got to run. He makes the pass. He's still got the outside line, though. Can he get in? Oh, just barely. Nice moves by Hyphy to get in front of huge Jar there. These two racers have been sharing the track all season, these two Group 4 drivers. Positions 2 and 3 in Group 4. Some close racing. Jar takes the lead back by holding the inside line. Fantastic driving by those racers there. Coming down the back straight into the long quadruple left turn. This turn is so slow and awkward, especially at the end here. Very easy to go off wide as Jar does just that. Oh! Loses grip. That's going to hurt, folks. Hyphy takes the position with some space to spare. See if we can take a second look at that. Oop. Unfortunate. My bad for screwing up the camera there. Oh, we got a race at 1 and 2. Yeah, there will be pits, so Jar will have some time to catch up. He just has to put down some solid lap times in order to catch up. Texas and Berman neck and neck, 1 and 2. There is a fight brewing here, folks. Berman makes the move, takes the inside line, gains the position. Side by side into turn 1 and 2. Ooh, Berman goes a little wide, pushes Texas a little off the line. Not intentional. Great cornering. And Berman has taken the lead with a smooth move on turns 1 and 2. Out of the straight. Ooh, see, this whole section is really difficult. Everybody struggles with this part. Such a very late break in the apex. Jar's working on making up some time. Great sequence of turns there by Texas, trying to catch Berman. Coma's starting to make some gains on them as they're fighting for positions 1 and 2. As they go through 11, 12, and 13. Hyphy still sticking with the pack. Hasn't lost too much speed. Powers out of the last corner. Corner 14, the long sweeping right. I imagine Jar is going to be pressing pretty hard to try to catch the group after that unfortunate slip up. Fastest lap, 1:33. Flat. Oh, wait. What did I miss? Komakopa somehow got the position. See if I can see what happened there. Ah, looks like Texas lost it and gave up the inside position to Komakopa. That is unfortunate. Two series of mistakes there. Have cost drivers positions today. As Honda starts to make gains on the position after Texas's slight mistake on turns 1 and 2. I'm sure Komakopa was very happy to see it. Can he hold on to position 2? Don't be discouraged, it says on the front. That's a good motto. Checking with Berman, our race leader. That time isn't right. 1:33.4. I agree. The smallest mistake is going to cost you positions here. Oh, Berman goes a little onto the grass, is able to hold on. It's still tight. The top 4 cars are all still very close together. The splits are within 2 seconds, or, well, actually, split from 4 to 1 is more like 5 seconds, but probably about a second between each one of them. Yeah, that's about right. Berman and Komakopa, there's almost a 3-second gap forming. And Berman, with all that open track, he might just pull away and be uncatchable. Texas looks to try to get into Komakopa's draft, regain that position, fight for it at least. I'm sure he doesn't want to be in Group 4 next season. If I'm not mistaken, the top 2 drivers will go to Group 3, and the bottom 3 will go to Group 4. I think that's correct. Thank you for the confirmation, chat. Texas seems to be slightly gaining on Komakopa. He's gotten that gap down to 0.8 of a second. I heard some tire squealing. Is everybody okay? It looks like everybody's okay. Oh, it looks like Jarb must have had another incident. I did miss it. He has fallen farther behind. He's 8 seconds back from Hyphy Honda now. That's probably too far back for me to do a replay. That is unfortunate. And he is having such a tough time today. Oh, Texas is caught up to Copa, only half a second behind. Berman is pulling away farther and farther with each lap. Thank you, Arcane. I appreciate it. I try. I feel like I sound like an idiot, but I'm just rolling with it, so whatever. It's 30 minutes, so I don't know exactly how many laps. I never did a breakdown. 30 minutes at about a minute 35 or so per lap. Break down the math. Oh, thanks, Saito. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's 20 is probably a good number. We're looking at lap 7 here with about 10 minutes in, so we're about a third of the way to go. So that roughly says about 21 laps, including pit stops and everything else. I would say 20 is probably likely. Yes. Right? I'm missing my co-captain here to read off the drunk lines for me, Floody. He gets to sit at home and enjoy this today in the comfort of my room that's not 90 degrees. There could be a safety car. I think we have safety car incident rules, so if 2 cars go off the track, there will be a safety car. That's what they're doing. That's why Cam is sitting in the pits. Oh, Texas. Okay. Caught the car. Very good job. That was scary there for a moment. Hyphy has caught up to Texas. It is a close race here at the front. All 4 cars within sniffing distance of second place at least. Berman has got quite a good lead on first, but second place is anybody's ball game. Oh, as Texas goes a little wide on turns 1 and 2, is able to rein it back in. Honda is running him down, though, in that Lamborghini. I imagine we gotta be getting close to that first pit stop. Oh, Texas goes wide, loses third place. Honda sneaks in and takes it from him. Fantastic overtake by Honda there. Good eye. That is the second unforced error by Texas that has cost him a position in this race. This track is no joke. It is a tough one. Tiny mistakes will cost you. Oh, Honda loses it just a little bit there on the exit. That's going to cost him on the straight here. Can Texas catch him before the next corner? Looks like he will. Oh, little bit of contact there as they're trying to get in position for the... What is it, 11, 12, and 13. Honda a little slow to exit that corner. Loses some speed. What an exciting and close race. We are approaching the 13-minute mark. That fastest lap time is pretty much the same as it's been all race, 1:33 flat. I think it has been reset, but only by a small, tiny margin. Nobody has set a 1:30. I guess nobody's on soft tires, but nobody set a 1:32 as in qualifying yet. Want to see the tire wear? Okay, let's take a look at the tire wear. It didn't show it for some reason. There we go. Yes, tires are starting to get worn down. Let's start at the top. Everyone's on medium tires, it looks like. Tires are about, 50% or so on that left side. Just about everybody. Hondas are doing the best. Those Lambo tires look like they hold up quite a bit better than everybody else's. Or Honda's just figured out a way to drive them differently. Fuel is getting quite low. Sorry, jumping around trying to see everybody's stats here. Yep, fuel's under a quarter of a tank. I imagine the cars will be pitting here. Oh, Texas is first to pit. Honda follows him into the pits. Copa and Berman will stay out. Looks like they at least want fresh tires and a full tank of gas. If this is a 20-lap race, I think 11 is possible. So this might be the one and only pit for Texas and Honda this race. The Lambo is not all-wheel drive in Group 3. It was only all-wheel drive in Group 4, so the tire wear is a little different between the two classes. No, it doesn't look like anybody got any pit penalties. Yeah, Texas did not fill up on fuel. Looks like he has calculated this to exactly what he wants. Yeah, fun fact, Zen, thank you. I don't know. Maybe he calculated that that's all he needs. Maybe he's going to need an additional pit. That's a good question. Let's see how much fuel Honda took. Honda did fill up the tank, at least close. He's not 100%, but he has driven a little bit. But he may have taken just shy of 100. I imagine Berman and Komakopa will probably pit pretty soon themselves. Yep, Berman pulls in, and Komakopa follows in right behind him. Let's see if Jar follows suit. Nope. He's going to stay out for at least one more lap. Enjoy that first place position after unfortunately sitting in the back after that unfortunate mistake early in the race. Looks like Berman is going to come out ahead of where am I? Just ahead of Texas. There he is. Everybody coming out right on top of one another. Texas comes out in third. Berman comes out just ahead of him, so Berman also did not fill up completely. He only took about maybe 80-90% of fuel, looks like. And Komakopa did fill up. So this could be interesting because that extra fuel does add some weight to the car, which will slow you down just ever so slightly. So every percentage of fuel does matter for your lap times, as well as the time spent actually pumping the fuel into the car. So those couple seconds could matter. I have to see if everyone's made the decisions that are correct for them. Texas with his short fuel, we'll have to see. There is no set safety car under my understanding. It is only here in case an incident occurs that requires it, as far as I understand, with live stewards. So far we have had no contact really of any kind, just a little bit of side-by-side bumps, nothing serious at all. Jar finally goes into the pits. I imagine Berman will get the overtake. Sure will. And Berman regains the lead to begin lap 12. Texas not far behind. Looks like we've kind of returned to our original order here. Berman, Texas, Komakopa, and Honda. We had some juggling around with the different pits and some overtakes and stuff early in the race, but everything has kind of settled back into where it was. There is quite a bigger gap between Texas and Komakopa than there was earlier. That's increased up to almost 3 seconds, or 2.5 seconds now. And then there's another 3-second gap between Komakopa and Honda, so their space has started to form between the two drivers. Or two drivers, you know what I mean. Looks like everybody did continue to use medium tires. Nobody has elected for soft, so we might just have a double medium run. Makes sense. Well, with all this space, it is kind of uneventful. There's so much space between everyone. Ooh, Berman set a new fastest. He did set a 132, the first driver to set a 132 on the medium tires today. Tibbet in the chat there beat Hyphy Honda on the tiebreakers. They were actually tied in points, the first time that has ever happened for first place. Honda led the whole season long, was unable to make the last race, and that did cost him the first place position. Had he just, even coming in last, he would have ended up not having to race this today. So I'm sure he was very disappointed in himself for having to miss that race. Because it looks like it's going to cost him his chance at Group 3. Still a lot of time left. At least, say, 7 laps or so. We got about 10 minutes. Looks like Hyphy Honda is trimmed down that gap slightly on Comacopa, but Texas and Berman are way, way out in front. It is going to be difficult to run them down. Indeed, it's going to come down to if anybody makes any unforced errors that cost them some serious time. If everyone can just stay clean for the rest of this race, this could be our finishing order. Directly following this race will be the GT World Draft live on this same channel. Will also be streamed. Captains will draft their new teammates, car selection order for the new season. This race will determine who goes to Group 3 and Group 4. It's very important because it's going to determine who's draftable in what positions. Honda may end up being a top candidate again for this coming draft, simply if he ends up in Group 4 again, because he did lead all Group 4 this past season, so he may be a top pick coming into the draft after the race. I would count him a top pick. If he doesn't go in the first round, I'd be very surprised. Yeah, Boost is definitely going to be a strong candidate, and having missed the previous season, he's a very strong driver, so I would definitely imagine he will get taken fairly high. Nismo as well. Nismo is another driver that missed the previous season, also very strong. All 3 of those drivers I would expect to go in the first round. Yeah, LMS Nismo, yep. Jar still struggling to catch the pack. He's had an unfortunate day today. Honda desperately trying to run down Comacopa, still 3 seconds behind. It's pretty much been 3 seconds behind since coming out of the pits. Comacopa desperately struggling to catch Texas so he can stay in Group 3. There's just so much space between the cars. There is not much to talk about. Things were quite a bit more exciting earlier in the race, but everyone was clumped up. As Honda just pulls it around the corner, turn 14. We got about 6 minutes left. Ooh, Texas struggles. Oh, Comacopa takes it. What happened there? Let's take the replay. What happened here? Texas, oh, blew the corner way wide. Hits the wall. Unfortunate. Oh, my goodness. And Comacopa was able to steal the position. That is something you definitely don't want to have happen late in the race. Yeah, Texas may have under-fueled. He may not be able to make it. It looks like he probably, yeah, he might be fuel saving because he under-fueled. He may have accidentally clicked the button or something and jumped out early as by mistake. It is starting to get a little overcast, but I don't think rain is in the forecast. Goodness. I'm sure Komakopo is all smiles grabbing that second place position from Texas's error. I know how it feels, Texas. I know how it feels. Yeah, he's got a pit again. He doesn't have the fuel. Oh, it looks like he's going to run one more, probably still fuel saving. Probably like 1.2 or something on the meter. He's got one more lap, but we got 4 more minutes. Pitting again is going to kill him. He's going to get thrown all the way to the back. He's going to end up finishing last place, I think. His only hope is going to be to come in, skip tires, get a couple percentage of fuel enough to finish the race and get out as quick as possible. Hope somebody else makes an error. Honda's right on his tail as they go through the long quadruple left. Jar has gained back about 3 seconds on Honda. He was about 8 behind earlier, I believe. He's down to 5. Trying to make a race out of it. Desperately trying to just stay involved in this race. Berman way ahead. 10-second gap. Yeah, a splash of fuel is really his only hope, but I think even that, just the pull-up time to the pit is going to cost him so much time. He's going to get thrown to the back. And let's see if I can do some quick math here. There's about 5-second gap between Jar and Texas. There's pretty much no way. No. Another lap? What are you going to fuel map 6? Goodness, Texas. He knows that he can't go in the pit. He knows if he goes in, he's done. His only hope is to stay out here on fuel map 6. But 3rd place ain't going to cut it. I think he just doesn't want to surrender that position to Honda. But with all that fuel saving, Honda's just gaining tenths on him every single corner here. Less than a second behind. He'll probably catch him in the back straight, I would imagine. Just from the fuel saving alone. Jar is caught up to 4 seconds now. I wonder if Honda's fuel saving at all. I don't think so. Komakopa 3-second gap ahead of Texas, within striking distance, but that lack of fuel, I just don't see it. If Honda can get around Texas, can he catch up to Komakopa? Will there be an unforced error? Looks like Honda has just enough. Texas is going to run out of fuel here shortly, I would imagine. There it is. There's the overtake, and I think he has just run out of fuel, or very close to it. Yep, throttle. Oh, no, it's got a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, he's done. Out of fuel. That's the race for Texas. Can Honda catch up to Komakopa? He's only 2.6 behind. He's within striking distance. He has a chance. This is where all the action is. Down to 2 seconds. 1.9. How much you want to bet Honda is sat up slightly in his chair into gamer position? 1.8. Yep, 4 seconds left. This will be the final lap. As they come into the final chicane section, 11, 12, and 13. The sausage corners, as someone named them earlier. Into 14. Doesn't look like he was going to do it. He got it down to 1.5. He really had a chance. He almost did it. What's the fuel looking like? Plenty of fuel. Looks like Berman did some burnouts there at the finish line. And Komakopa takes second. Honda takes third. Berman had the easy first place by about 10 seconds. Congratulations to Burma and Komakopa. They remain in Group 3. Honda, Gr, and Texas are going to be Group 4 drivers next season. That's going to be, I would imagine Texas is going to be a top contender for pick for Group 4 for sure. As Texas limps around the track out of fuel. Quite the exciting race. As soon as Texas crosses the line, I will show the final results on the screen, and then we will call the stream. Yeah, Texas in Group 4 is going to be interesting. Between him and Honda are going to be probably neck and neck most of the season long, I would imagine. Texas is going to limp across the finish line. Well, Group 4 will have their own independent choice of car. They don't have to share a manufacturer with Group 3 this season, so it's really whatever they want to drive as long as they have the draft pick, which will obviously be determined on the captains. As Texas limps across the finish line. Great race, fellas. All right, everybody have a great day. See you at the draft.